Hello everybody, my name is Marlo. Today I'm going to show you how to build this bakery. It's actually kind of a 3-in-1 building. This is the bakery itself, downstairs is the shop, and upstairs is where the baker sleeps. I will show you how to do the inside of the build, but we're just going to start off here with the exterior. So this is all of the items we're going to need for the build. Usually I would try and give you at least a rough estimate of how many of each of these we will need, but for a build like this it's kind of difficult to do that. So here are all of the wood products we're going to be using. These are all of the other main building blocks that are frequent throughout, and down here are all of the miscellaneous items that we are going to be using for the outside of the build. Obviously there'll be a lot more of this type of stuff when we get to the inside, but yeah, we got a barrel. This is actually a custom texture of mine, but any glass pane will be fine. Lantern, flower pots, flowers to go in said flower pots, and a campfire. First things first, as we always do, is to lay out the foundations of the build. Now thankfully this one actually has some pillars, so we can add in those first of all, and we're going to start by doing the front of our house here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That is where your main doorway is going to be, and then we can come around the right side here, leave a gap of 3, place another one, and then another gap of 3, and then same again around here, another gap of 5, and we'll leave this blank for now, but bring these all up by 3 more, so you have some 4 high pillars, and then on the front and the back we can actually connect them all the way across like so. Then we can grab any of our stone blocks and lay out where the actual bakery itself is going to go. So start with this block here, diagonal to the pillar block, and bring it out by 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can do the same over here, and then just connect them up in the middle. And that's going to be where our bakery is going to go, but for now we're going to work on the house part of this build. Then we can grab some of our spruce blocks and start outlining the roof. So we're just going to do one side for now, but come to the front of your house and place a upside down stair in the corner like this, and then one out the back of it, a full block on top, a stair on top of that one. And as opposed to doing something like this, because we're going to have some hay poking through if we were to do that, we're going to have the stair facing this way, so make sure you do that. Full block on top, another stair like that, and then we'll do it once more, and then this one will be the very top block, and we can then do the same on this side. Once we've got this on the front of the house, we can then copy it on over to the back. So next up, grab your spruce slabs, and we're going to add in a connector line going all the way across on both sides. And now we can hop up to the very top of the roof and add in our pointy bit. So on this top block here, we're going to have a stair with an upside down one on the back of it, and 2 slabs on top of there, spruce fence, and then a lantern dangling down from below. And of course, copy it over on the other side. Before we add in the hay bales, we can then connect the 2 parts of the roof up by adding 4 stairs on each side, and then we'll eventually come together where we can't have a stair, otherwise it's going to do that, which isn't very good, so we're going to have a full block there instead, but that looks fine in my opinion. And then we're going to come to this side of the house, the opposite to where the bakery is, place 4 stairs, sorry, just like I'm doing here, with 2 slabs in the middle. And then we're going to have an upside down stair on either of those sides, and then just connect the line up in the middle here with some more slabs. It's now time to add in our thatch roof. So if you don't have access to a butt ton of hay, feel free to use a different block for this, but I quite like the look of the hay bales for roof, so that's what we're going to be doing for this tutorial. So the way we're doing this is pretty much on all of these full blocks here, we're placing a hay bale sideways. Ignore the stairs, we don't want to put one like that, otherwise it's going to be poking over the top, which doesn't look particularly good. It's just on all of the full blocks, and then once we've got that, we can bring it all the way over. And then on top of the hay blocks we can add in some spruce trapdoors. I should say round the side with the bakery attached, we do want to leave these 2 levels clear of trapdoors, but on the bottom part here we're going to have 2 full planks like that with a layer of trapdoors going all the way across. So over on this side it's a little bit different because we're actually going to have some sort of roof add-on piece included, which is pretty much a window. So on the 2 layers we're leaving blank, we want to add in 2 stairs coming across on either side. And then we can grab our dark oak logs again and add 2 facing outwards like that, and actually place a spruce button on the front of those, and then bring it up by 2 more, and then we're going to add in our miniature roof on top of this one. So 2 upside down stairs, 1 going into the back of it, and then we're going to have some slabs going on top to make a full block there. Same on the other side, and then a stair in the middle here. And then we can connect it up to the main part of the roof here. So we're going to have 2 stairs on either side, so those 2 connect with the corner piece. We're going to have some slabs in the middle, and yeah, pretty much just bringing it all the way across so that it links up with the rest of the build. As for the actual window part of this, we're going to get rid of all of these hay bales you can see here. Probably don't need to get rid of those 3, but we may as well. And then we're going to add in some slabs at the front here, and then some strip spruce logs going up like so on either side, a stair in the middle, a stair on top. We can put our window in the middle, and then add some trapdoors on either side as shutters. We can now do the front and back part of our roof here that's missing in this big open gap. So grab your strip spruce logs, and we're going to place 2 facing inwards like so on either side, 3 going up here, and then we're going to have a stair, window, another stair. That's not a stair, that's a stair, and then 2 more on top like this, and then once again adding in some trapdoors for some more shutters. And of course do the same on the other side. You guys have probably figured that out by now. Now we're going to grab our white terracotta and pretty much add in a big old wall going all the way around the outside. We'll eventually punch out some holes in this to add in some windows and doorways and whatnot. Make sure you got that top block there, otherwise you can have a little bit of air poking through, which we don't want. And yeah, leave that middle block there, and now we can start adding in some detail on the 3 sides. I suppose we may as well start at the front of the house here, so we can get rid of these 2 blocks here and place our doorway down like so, with some fences on either side and then some trapdoors across the top as a nice little awning. And then over here we can punch out that block, place in a window, and then just add in some barrels as some extra storage out front for whatever a baker could possibly need. As for round the side here, we can get rid of these 4 blocks to add in our windows, and then we can place some slabs and stairs in the middle here to make a nice little table, which on top of those are going to be our flowers. So get whichever ones you'd like and place them in. And then of course we can add in once again some more shutters using some more of these wonderful spruce trapdoors. I do apologize, it's getting a little bit dark with all these shadows, so I've just added in a temporary glowstone block on the inside so you guys can actually see what's going on here. But come around to the back and break out these 3 blocks in the middle, and we're going to place our windows in like that, and then we can actually bring up some of the ground here. You can use dirt, it should grow back to full grass blocks, but if you got a silk touch pick then even better. Add in some flowers for a nice little flower bed, surrounding it with some spruce trapdoors. And then up the top here we can have a stair on the 2 corners, slabs, and then a trapdoor in the middle. So that is the house part of this build all done. We now need to focus on the bakery itself. So I think the easiest way to do this is to lay out the general shape of the build and add in the roof before we start placing in all of the details. So on the line we've laid out here full of cobble, bring it up by 2 more blocks going all the way around, just like I'm doing here, and then on the front and back of the build we can add in 3 blocks just like so. Trying to connect this roof we're about to build here up with what we've already done could be potentially quite tricky, but to make it nice and easy for you guys to follow, we're going to do this nice and slow, 1 step at a time. So on this corner block here, we're going to have an upside down stair and then 2 more connected like so. We want that quarter block to be showing, so it's curved round a little bit, you guys know, and then the same on the other side, curving it round once again, and then have a line of spruce slabs connecting them up. Coming round to the front of the house here, we can once again grab our spruce stairs and have an upside down one underneath this plank like so, with a sideways upside down one there, and then on top of this spruce stair, another stair, so many stairs, and then an upside down one, and then 2 normal stairs just like this, and then a middle one connecting them upside down like that. As per usual, same again on this side. This step is nice and easy. We now need to fill in the rest of the roof, so grab your spruce stairs and bring them all the way across when there is a stair block, and some full planks when there is a full plank block. Obviously down here we need some more stairs. Now we can add in some windows on the back and sides of this part of the build, so break out these 2 blocks in the middle here and replace these full ones with some stairs. Add in your glass pane of choice in the middle and then some spruce trapdoors on either side. Come around to the side of the build here, break out those 2 blocks and these ones as well, and replace the full ones at the bottom with stairs, and of course add in your glass. As for the front of the house, we're going to take out this 3x3 area like so, and then step inside and place some upside down spruce stairs. This is where we're going to display some cakes and other baked goods. Cover that up with some trapdoors and then have some stairs just above it with a wall on the top block and a lantern hanging down. Then pretty much go round replacing some of this cobblestone with your cracked stone bricks and normal stone bricks. You could possibly even add in a little bit of andesite as well if you'd like, or whatever you feel like adding in really, it doesn't matter too much, but just texturize this stone a little bit so it doesn't look quite so bland. I believe there's just one last thing we have to add in before we can call this build done as far as the outside is concerned, which is actually a chimney. So come to the center of your roof here and go in 3 blocks, so 1, 2 and the third one here we're going to break and replace with any 2 stone blocks of your choice. You can change them up or keep them the same, but place a campfire on top and surround that with some spruce trapdoors, which makes for a nice little smoking chimney. So that is the outside of the build all done. If that's all you came for, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy your new bakery and baker's house, and if you want to do the inside yourself, all the best to you. But if you want to find out how I've done it, something like what you're seeing here, stick around and I'll show you how. Got a big old long list of items for this one. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything, but apologies if I do, so make sure you bring all of your spruce variants along. We'll probably make use of them, and a good amount of stripped spruce logs. We're going to be using them fairly frequently. All of the stone we've just been using for the outside of the bakery will come in handy, and then a whole bunch of bricks for our flooring. Now the rest of the items here are in exact numbers apart from these along here, so everything else just grab any of them. Of course, like the bed can be whatever color, whatever type of flower, it doesn't really matter, but these along here, maybe 8 to 12 item frames I would say. They're kind of being used as our plates. Plenty of cakes to display. They make for a good decoration in a bakery, of course, and then just some other baked goods to go in our item frames, and an iron spoon. Not an iron shovel, an iron spoon. First things first to do on the inside is to separate the bakery from the shop. So to do that, we're placing 2 blocks in each of those spaces like that, and then we're going to bring them up by 2 more and just make a little archway going across using some slabs and stairs. And then after, we can just replace a few of the regular stone bricks or whatever you're using for the other ones that you've used a little bit like you've done on the outside, just so it's not all the same block type. Hopefully you've still got a little bit of white terracotta left, because we actually need to fill in this T-shape right here with some more of it, and now we can basically take out all of the floor and replace it with bricks. But of course, if you want to save on some resources, craft them up into slabs, and yeah, you'll use half the amount. Grab your spruce stairs and strip spruce logs, and now we can add in a staircase going up to the 2nd floor. So in this corner here, just left of the doorway, we can have a stair facing that window, and then 3 more stairs on these blocks, and then some upside down ones on the bottom of those, making a nice little staircase. And then we can basically fill in the ceiling here, which is also going to be the roof to the room, or not the roof, sorry, the floor to the room above. We can actually go up, just make sure you don't bang your head as you go up, and yeah, basically fill all this in. You might want to actually change this block up for one of the ones that has the texture on all 6 sides, so you don't have that ugliness right there. Going back down the stairs here, we can now start work on the shop a little bit more. So we're going to have a table going around the edge here, showing off what's on the menu for today, or what's on sale I should say. So basically just slap a couple of cakes down as well as some item frames and put some of your other food types in there, just so it looks like that's what's available for purchase. It's getting pretty dark in here, so let's put a lantern down, and you guys hopefully can see a little bit better now, but that is a permanent feature in the corner there. We do have to light up this build to keep it safe from monsters, but next grab your spruce trapdoor and basically just add in a ring going all the way around the edge here, just so it's not all one texture on the ceiling above. Maybe we'll actually replace these 3 facing this way instead, that way we've got connected textures, looks much better. Keeping your fences and trapdoors in the hotbar, we can add in a bit of a better entranceway into the bakery here by placing 2 fences on either side and connecting them up at the top with some trapdoors. That opens up, we can walk on through, and it keeps the pesky customers out of the actual bakery. So let's start work on the bakery. The shop is all done, we will get to the room eventually, but yeah, let's get this one out of the way with. So first of all, we need to pretty this ceiling up a bit because it doesn't look particularly nice at the moment. So we're going to use some spruce stairs and trapdoors. Have a line going across like that. We'll leave that one empty for now. We'll have a line of trapdoors on the ceiling and then some more stairs over this side. And then on this empty space here, we'll have some more trapdoors. Probably the most important part of a bakery is the furnaces, so place them in beneath the windows here, and then in the middle we can have a stair and then use some walls to connect them up to the chimney above. So it makes sense, you know, the furnaces here are what is producing all of the smoke up there. It's looking a little bit dark in here, so another light source probably wouldn't go amiss. So in this corner we can have another spruce fence with a lantern on top, and in this open area we're going to place our looms backwards just like I'm doing here. Looks a little bit like a set of drawers, and then over on the side we can cover them up with a spruce trapdoor, and on top of those we'll place a couple item frames, and then if you break this trapdoor here in the corner, replace it with a barrel and then some spruce trapdoors underneath as support for some storage up there. And then of course our trusty spoon goes on the plate here. And then last but not least, some freshly baked cakes and a pumpkin pie cooling beside the open window here. There we go, the bakery and shop downstairs are all done, looking very nice if I do say so myself. We can now head on upstairs and start work on the bedroom, which is gonna be a little bit finicky. We have to try and make this look nice with a lot less hay on show. So the very first thing, if you want to be a perfectionist, you can fill that block in there, but entirely not needed because we're gonna put a line of strip spruce logs going all the way across like that, and then a line of stairs on these here, and then we can actually get rid of these two on either side. As you can see, can't see out, so it won't make a difference from the outside, and then we're gonna have 2 stairs just like that on both sides. Next up, we can do a little bit more hay breakage, so we can get rid of these 3 blocks here because they are not visible from the outside. However, this one has to stay, otherwise we're going to have an open gap, which we don't want, and then we can do the same over here, of course. And then next up, on this open gap in the ceiling, we can place some slabs going across the top, or some full blocks if you want to do that instead, and then covering up these hay blocks with some spruce trapdoors. Once again, it's pretty dark up here, so let's add in some lights. So over on this corner here, we can have another lantern on a post, and then one hanging down from this block here. Probably can be any of these couple ones, but do make sure wherever you put it, you are above 7 light block level. We don't want a creeper spawning up here and then blowing up what you've spent a long time on. But over on the left hand side here, we're just going to add in a little stack of barrels, just anything like this really, doesn't have to be exactly the same as that. And then this hay block doesn't look very good, so we're just going to cover it up with some trapdoors. As for this side, we're going to grab our chests and stack a couple on top of each other just like that, with an upside down stair in the corner here with an item frame on top. Then we can go ahead and cover up our hay bale once again. The only issue is, different to that side, because we don't have a full block in the corner here, this hay bale is poking through. So again, if you want to cover them up, we're going to need to have a full block of some sorts so you can't see either of the hay bales. But if you don't really like how that looks too much maybe, and you're not really that bothered by the hay bale, you can keep the trapdoor above and the item frame down below, aka a plate that once had a cookie on downstairs from the bakery. We can then bring this window down just a bit so it's flush with the floor using some strip logs and some planks, and then we can add in a table of sorts using some dark oak planks and then just a light grey carpet on top. Of course, the baker needs a place to sleep, so we're going to put his bed down here with a scaffolding block meant to be some sort of table with a flower pot on top. Just a couple of blocks left to add in. We're going to have some upside down stairs on these two. Just rounds out the ceiling a little nicer, I think. Now, you may be thinking, this is awfully cramped up here. There's barely any room to walk around. I constantly fall down the staircase here. I hate it. Well, I can sort one of those things out for you by placing some spruce trapdoors just along here, which we can leave unfolded down when we're not up here, but then if we want a little bit of extra floor space, we can bring them up and have a little bit more room to walk around in. Not a lot, but at least it saves you dropping down here all the time. And just like that, we are now done. The baker's bedroom looking super cozy up here, the shop with some delicious items on sale, and then of course, the bakery itself. Anyway, that is gonna be it for this tutorial. I hope you guys did enjoy and that you liked the build. Let me know, by the way, if you're choosing to do this in your own world. I'd be very interested to hear how you got on. But thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.